In 2025, we will continue growing our own food. Growing our own food is a great way to take our health into our own hands. It's really exciting to see all sorts of things growing. Now, as a household of 12, we definitely don't grow enough to be self-sufficient as of yet, but we're growing more and more each year in hopes that we will be mostly self-sufficient one day. Good job, girls. So whether in a massive veggie patch, raised garden beds, pots, or even on your kitchen counter, I definitely recommend giving it a go. Start small and just find what works for you and what doesn't, what you like to eat and what you don't. We started from seedlings out of convenience, but now I'm really trying to get into just being a little bit more self-sufficient in my gardening. There's absolutely no shame in going to your local and buying some seedlings to help get off to a good start. Like I said before, what's important is claiming our health, and growing your own food is a great way to do that. So go out and give it a go. One of the things we will be doing as part of our homesteading journey in 2025 is starting from scratch. So we'll be making foods from scratch like home cooked meals, yogurt, cordials and kombucha, and also sourdough starter for sourdough. If you want to see any recipe videos, be sure to comment below. Our health is really important to us, and our nutrition is just one of the ways that we can look after these bodies we were given. Not only does making food from scratch often save in the long run, but a lot of the foods that we buy are processed and full of a bunch of stuff that isn't good for us. So making home cooked meals rather than buying takeaways and making other food and drink from home gives us better control over what we are putting in our bodies. For example, Mum has just made some beautiful sourdough. And making sourdough at home means that we are only having bread with just a few ingredients. We also find that sourdough is a lot easier on the stomach because of the fermentation process, and it's pretty cost effective, costing about $3 per loaf, whereas if we were to buy it from the shop it would cost a lot more where we live. We like to buy our flour in bulk from Bid Foods. You can just set up an account with them and either have it delivered or go pick it up from your local. It's not bleached and it doesn't contain folic acid. We usually get 2 20 kg bags at a time, and we divide these up into food grade buckets. For us, we like to pick it up from our local branch, but you can have it delivered too. So I encourage you to take a look at what foods you're fueling your body with and what things you might like to try making from scratch at home, so that you can eat the best you can and be the best version of yourself. So these are the buckets I was just talking about. We like to keep the flour in them just for ease of use. It's just what works for us. In 2025, we will be raising chickens. So if you're new to our channel, you may not know that back in the spring, we hatched and raised our very own dual-purpose chickens for the first time. So if you want to go and see that journey, we've got a bunch of videos on it that you can watch after this one. We also have egg-laying hens, which are here behind me. They were sort of our intro to homesteading. Whether for eggs or meat, chickens don't need a lot of space. If you have acres, that's great. If not, a corner of the backyard will do, just as long as their living space is kept nice and clean and not overcrowded. Chickens are a wonderful introduction to homesteading and animal husbandry. Like I said, chickens is what started out our homesteading journey, and we've learnt so much from them that will help us when we get other animals. You can just feed your chickens kitchen scraps, and in return they give you eggs or meat. Raising your own chickens at home for eggs or meat is a great way to know that where your food is coming from, the animals have lived a good life at the highest quality standard. When raising for meat, although it can be a little bit labour intensive, it's only for a short period, and then you know that your freezer is full of meat from animals that have lived a really good life. If you're wanting to get chickens but don't know where to start, have a look on Trade Me, there's usually some there. Otherwise, join some local Facebook groups and they'll get you connected with the right people. In 2025, we want to get more into composting. So this is our compost pile, and admittedly, we have been here for over 4 years now, and only recently have we started utilizing this compost pile, but even more recently, started contributing to it. At the moment, we're just dumping our organics on here. I'm not sure what system we want to use, but we've turned it a little bit and we're adding to it now, so that's something that I'm going to be working on this year. Composting is a great way to use things like kitchen scraps and chicken poo and turn them into beautiful soil to feed your garden. If you're wanting to make your own nutrient-dense soil at home, there's heaps of ways you can do this, whether you've got the space to make a 3-bay system or just starting with a compost bin. In 2025, we will be looking to add another hive to our apiary. We got our first hive only a few months ago, but we love having bees here. Not only are we looking forward to all the honey we will hopefully be getting very soon, but bees are so great for the garden. Although bees require quite a lot of knowledge to care for them, you don't need to be an expert to have them. There are a lot of online courses and local clubs that you can join to help you learn. In my experience, local apiarists are more than happy to help the newbies out with answering a couple of questions or even checking on your hive. My husband has a little bit of experience from helping his dad with bees, but other than that we've been learning on the go, and we've also got a mentor who helps us check on our hives and answers any questions we might have. So if you're interested in getting bees, I would definitely recommend heading along to a local club or join a Facebook group to start learning and making connections. As you can see, there are so many ways to begin homesteading. The great thing about it is that there's not only one right way to start. It's about setting your own goals and doing what works for your family and what empowers you and enriches your life. So I hope you feel inspired to start or continue on homesteading by doing some of these things. YouTube thinks you might like this video, so go ahead and give it a watch. Oh, hang on. Let me go pause this thing. Excuse me. Oh.